in the night. I am the human of the Alliance. I am Athene, mother. I would never.
The streamer turned cult leader. That's insane to make a video about that. I know anything about this.
I'm on the throne, I'm the elite, I'm the best. You're running around.
It has only been a short time, but I missed you, bro.
Noobs. I know. You believe it or not?
How exactly did one of the world's
Chat.
most successful YouTubers and streamers manage to fall so far into obscurity that he now talks to a total of 4 people during his live streams? This is the story of Athene, or Bashir Boumaza. In 2007, back when YouTube was...
guys, you guys are not gonna hear me saying this, okay? Yeah, even though now he's kind of like weird or whatever, okay? I'm not kidding. This guy is like a pioneer of entertainment in this field, okay? He did IRL streams, right? Before anybody did this shit, right? He made it in video format, which is normally streams, but trust me on it. Okay, it was insane how good content it was.
Or Bashir Boumaza. In 2007, back when YouTube was still in its infancy, Bashir created a character known as Athene, who would go on to become a voice for all gamers. Athene's personality was that of a glorified troll who would lavish in his conceit and greatness. Central to the personality of Athene were claims of gaming accolades nerds could only dream of, with tall tales of being rank 1 in World of Warcraft, having a perceived hot girlfriend, and a loyal group of friends behind him. Athene not only seemed to talk the talk, but
the IRL, dude, this went hard.
Bashir creating Athene allowed him to effectively blur the line of his true personality and that of a degenerate gamer. But how did one of the biggest names in the digital world go from interviews on CNN and having a TED Talk to shilling crypto mobile games live on YouTube? Most of you will remember Athene from the good old days on YouTube, but according to his own documentary, he actually had a successful career before YouTube was even a thought. 7 years before the character Athene was born, Bashir lived in Belgium and broke out onto the scene as one of the 20 housemates on Big Brother, a Belgian reality TV
I didn't even know
show.
That.
But he was evicted early on, coming in 19th place.
Dumb.
Alright, so not a good start, but he was still young. At 20 years old, he
Guys,
participated.
They're saying cult leader. Okay, what do you say me in 5 years? Like I'm gonna make a fucking cult, dumbass.
In local elections as part of a youth organization under Groen, Belgium's Green Party. 5 years later, he co-founded his own political protest organization called NIE. As the spokesman for NIE, he aimed at helping citizens who were frustrated at elected officials. Since it's mandatory to vote in Belgium, NIE gave voters an out by allowing them to cast blank ballots. During this time, NIE's lead candidate for the Belgian Senate was Tanja Dervos. This could have been one giant troll to the earliest known incels out there, using shock value marketing techniques to get their voices heard. He easily could have thought that this would secure them a spot in the Belgian government.
Next
and
season
apparently,
preview.
she actually went through with her promise. It was essentially VR porn before VR porn. NIE would ultimately die out, failing to win local and federal elections in both 2006 and 2007, which left Bashir on his own. So he gathered his friends and decided to try something new. Bashir's first ever video on YouTube.
What is this thing? 40k blowjob? What does that mean?
YouTube is him trash talking other players in the famous MMORPG World of Warcraft. Besides being a time capsule back to 2008, it captures the entire digital persona of Athene, being arrogant and self-centered. The video features his trusted second-in-command, Reese, who is zoned out in the back, while Athene amusingly rambles on that he's the best paladin and everyone else sucks at the game. If you look close enough, you can almost see the light bulb appear above his head. I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. This is who I am now. And so, Athene was born. More videos were posted showcasing Athene's instigator behavior that was loved.
Let me say one thing. I want to say one thing. I'll stop pausing. I'll stop pausing, okay? This was the golden days of YouTube, and you wanna know why? Because people made content to make content. They would make videos, some of them would go big ass views, some of them would have none. But he would just upload all the time. You know, dude, That's the golden days. Wanna know why? Because now people, all they do is post stuff that matches and works with the algorithm. And people only do stuff that know will stick in the way that makes packaged dog shit, right? These are the people that wanted to make actual content, and they posted content. That's not how it is these days, though.
By the internet. The problem with nailing down who exactly Athene is that he switches between different personalities whenever it suits him. He has his World of Warcraft personality, gamer, troll, a political, philosophical, and scientific personality, and a cryptocurrency meta-ironic personality that can be best described as,
it's all a scheme to get your money, and it's working.
It's almost as if you need to play some sort of character to get famous.
These videos were so fucking good.
And not organic at all anymore. Bro, how am I not organic?
The best part about it was people would get so furious on the forums because they didn't know if he was being serious or not. But what I liked about Athene is that he was such an unapologetic asshole.
True.
And I just always really liked that a lot.
Athene found this out early, but ended up thinking, the more characters, the merrier. Now, you can say that these are just his interests, but when he justifies behavior for one of them, he just hides behind the character. No one could have known the depths of his character back then, and Athene had a knack for capturing audiences, climbing to one of the top 3 most subscribed YouTube channels.
What is this as you? Stop bullying me, man!
As to why Athene found explosive success.
World
of Warcraft was one of the most popular and revolutionary MMORPGs of its day, with over 12 million active players at its peak. Athene was seen as a gamer god. He also had an entire group of people behind him. His closest friend, Reese Leeson, Reese's brother, codenamed Furious, Ian the cameraman, Tanya, Athene's girlfriend and clickbait, and dozens of others. This team dynamic actually allowed him to have an impact on the internet by scaling content and initiatives faster than smaller channels. I mean, if you want to make it on YouTube today, you literally need a team. Athene also used the motto, Together to the Top, or TTTT for short, in order to boost engagement.
Get it to the top.
This meant that Athene would personally congratulate and incentivize those who created a YouTube video or any digital content which praised him. A glorified sub for sub, a virtual you scratch my back and I scratch yours, giving him more attention and views for basically nothing, besides an incredible amount of time. Think of it like Cameo, a personalized message for anyone who wanted to partake. Together to the Top is a perfect example of Athene's brute force,
I didn't hear a
success
rip,
at all costs
so it wasn't
mentality.
McDonald's.
There was just one issue. Athene made
They put a sticker on the top. They the rip through.
Yeah.
But I think it's Five Guys because you open the bag easy.
True, but you're watching my stream. You're sniping.
Gained
I'm
a
not.
boatload of
I know you have
attention in a
Five Guys
short
open.
amount of time, but he had no way to truly monetize his content. There were no partner programs or sponsors back in the day, unlike this video, which is why today's video is sponsored by ZBiotics, engineered by PhD of ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic by clicking the link down below and using my code Philion. And thank you to ZBiotics for sponsoring this video. So through media connections and determination, he was able to make a feature film and a TV series revolving around him. Despite the success of Athene, people began to point out the fact that he was carried in arenas to rank 1, that he boosted his League of Legends account and was potentially view-botting his Twitch streams to make it appear like more people were watching him. However, this controversy never seemed to bother him. After all, he had big plans. iPower was Athene's way of creating a movement, a lifestyle. It had 3 principles that you must follow. You had to be open-minded, you had to actively be thinking, and you had to put their vision into...
Yeah, I bought my views, but you can't prove it, can you? So?
Practice. iPower was essentially just Athene's self-help YouTube channel. This was a strange time for Athene and his team, as they gravitated towards a more philosophical understanding of the world around them. I guess Athene just wanted to hit every demographic. In 2011, he would post Athene's Theory of Everything. This video supposedly explains new developments in neuroscience and has solutions to many unsolved problems in physics. This was such a drastic switch from his usual content, so as you could guess, his audience didn't know how to react. But if you've been paying attention, this didn't come out of the blue. Athene admitted in an interview that he wanted to poke people and get them to start thinking about metaphysical topics. 1 year later,
the guy went offline, stopped streaming and making YouTube for like a long time. I'm making this new thing, and he posted it, and we're like,
would host a campaign called Operation Sharecraft through the Save the Children organization. Through streaming, Athene raised $1 million for this initiative. The fame, along with cult-like community support, awarded him his own item in the popular MOBA League of Legends, Athene's Holy Grail. This $1 million grew to more than $10 million by March of 2015. However, the project didn't stop there and eventually raised an astounding $20 million, which solidified Athene as an ambassador for Save the Children. However, not everyone was convinced, myself included. After all, $20 million is an absurd amount of money.
I don't believe in any of the numbers that he's giving. It's not possible that he could raise that much money.
During the height of Athene, he gained a partnership with Razer that would further place him on the gamer god pedestal. During DreamHack in 2014, Athene piloted protests against net neutrality, swaying back into the political sphere. Undoubtedly, Athene's charity work is something that he and his team should be proud of, but he's living proof that you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. One thing Athene understood then and now is viral marketing, clickbaiting his own girlfriend and spouting outlandish
he did it
claims,
so well though,
all for the sake of attention. Ironically enough, Athene was doing exactly what streamers do today. He preached that he was the best at World of Warcraft.
Like, Athene to this day, I think probably has made the best WoW content of anybody ever. It was like this really, really good mix of real life stuff and like WoW stuff. And it was like the lifestyle that was like associated with it.
He even started gambling. The man did it all. In fact, Athene was so good at poker, he turned $5 into $300,000 in 1 year. And just like streamers with their gambling bullshit, it was all too good to be true. Athene, going by the name Sharon80, and another player 3J55 were given partnerships to help promote the PokerStars brand. They both figured out a loophole where they could earn 100% rakeback on every transaction. They would chip dump back and forth on different tables, making money from every single hand that they played. They took blind advantage of the technicality for too long. Their employer, PokerStars, found out, and repercussions were settled behind closed doors. This could have been because PokerStars didn't exactly have a stellar reputation either. They'd been known to screw over their own professional players.
Jesus.
Let's make one thing clear. Without a doubt, Athene was ahead of his time. He was crazy, he was charitable, he was a troll, he was a thief. He was scamming with crypto before it was written into the social media influencer's playbook. Yes, he raised a ton of money for charities, but uses it as the basis for his moral superiority when deflecting his mistakes. There are even people who believe, yes, he scammed people with fake crypto, but at least the money is going to a charity. If you have to scam people to donate, what the hell is the point? And no one really knows how much of the money he kept for himself. Luckily, Athene's scams didn't gain as much popularity as he once had. Maybe because he admitted to it all on stream.
It's all a show and a fugazi. We promote it that way. Nobody's telling you this is fucking real. Okay, it's a show. Okay, let's say you get scammed. Even if you do get scammed, okay, whatever. You got scammed, okay. I fucking told you guys. It's all a fucking scam. So it's not even an argument. If I go to my viewers, right, and I say, get fucking Purpose and Doobie, you're gonna get scammed, and you get on it, then nobody else, you can't go afterwards to people and say, like, I got scammed. No, it's part of the fucking show, man.
Clearly, this is...
Guys, I consider Athene my friend, right? But isn't that exactly what Athene did on stream? And everybody's like, yep, that's fine. I mean,
excuse.
Dude,
He
I mean,
affirms his
it is,
actions
dude,
by saying
listen,
everyone knew it was a scam the whole time.
This is not only the face of a pathetic grease slime ball, this is also the face of a successful cult leader running a very successful scam through Twitch right now. If you've been on the internet for any length of time, specifically...
I mean, YouTube, I never scammed a singular penny ever. We're not scamming.
On YouTube, this unsavory face
Back
is
the
one
fuck up,
you've
bitch.
definitely come across. This is Athene. Of World of Warcraft fame, this man is still just barely around, but he has a very devout following of lunatics, just absolutely
What do you mean? What about
fanatical
Xcoin?
maniacs. These people would
Okay,
lay across
that
a
was-
bed of broken glass and molten rocks and
Okay,
let
that was a
Athene
scam,
walk
but
over them
listen,
while he's pissing
that
in
was
their
an
face,
RP, man.
and they would be taking that golden shower with a smile and a big thank you.
Perhaps Athene thought that being
Oh, I scammed because I told you not to gamble. You still did it. Oh, shit. Damn.
so in your face with his scheme
Thank you,
would
viewers. Sorry, man.
somehow work to his
Sorry about that.
benefit. However, Athene's fame began to crumble. He simply became a liability, which was no longer adequate for big-name brands. Razer, who had been with Athene since 2012, ended their partnership with him due to the building allegations. If you were to take a look at his life now,
Guys, there are things to talk about, dude. I don't think people should say scammer when it's there's no scam. Don't call me scamazer. I did so much shit, bitch.
it's just sad. He lives in a commune with an entire group of volunteers, which Athene says is led by Reese. According to him, he doesn't run the show anymore. He is merely a bystander who does an occasional stream here and there, but it's really just people popping in to see if he's alive. This team, or movement as he calls it, is named the Singularity Group. If you want to see inside the group, YouTuber Budesu joined their living quarters named The Compound and still works for the team today. The building they live in is apparently owned by Reese, who provides them with shelter
So,
and
old
food.
hospital.
There's even meal plans, and in turn they work on Gaming for Good. Gaming for Good is a non-profit whose mission is apparently of charitable opportunities for all gamers. In other words, they make games and use the money you spend on said games for their own charitable opportunities. The game that supposedly generates the most money for the group is Clash of Streamers, or mobile minigames, a casual mobile game where you spend his shitcoins for some awesome prizes. And if you didn't already know, Athene's cryptocurrencies, Purpose, or PRPS, and Doobie are bullshit. Twitch, the platform he streamed on, didn't stop his crypto scam, but did ban him once the controversy was revealed. Though today, Athene has a Twitch account where he just pushes his mobile games because that's all he has left.
I mean, even at the time we were calling that shit out, and on top of that, he was also view botting. I don't give a fuck saying it these days. He was literally view botting. There was so much proof. It was insane.
Forget
it didn't matter.
They've
like nobody did
created
anything.
to push their crypto are just a way to make revenue for the Singularity Group. Without it, the company would go bankrupt. Oddly enough, the game relies on you drooling over Athene as his face is plastered all over the place. Who is playing this? You can see he puts scam levels at the bottom because he's ironically scamming.
Train never view botted with stake. Okay, people can say Train did this, that. Dude, you're probably right. Train did this, a bunch of bullshit. Okay, but Train didn't view bot. Okay, and here's a proof. Train's internet is a fucking dog shit. Okay, and while he did gambling streams, his stream would literally go down entirely without even the chance of it going. And whenever he would go back online, you would see about the same amount of numbers of viewers when he would come back on. Literally, that is literally the best argument against you bots because that's how they. Just forget it, dude. If you don't know how that shit works, just forget it. Don't talk to me.
Nowadays, Athene receives little to no views on his stream or channel, which is a stark contrast to his videos in the past, even if they were clickbait. And I'm not the first one to point this out. Both Dr. K and People Make Games have interviewed Athene after they had heard about several controversies surrounding him and the Singularity Group. According to ex-members of the commune, there is evidence of emotional abuse which occurred at the compound. Chris Bratt led the investigation into the abuse scandals, but did not receive the answers he wanted. In the video, Athene refuses to take any responsibility. When confronted with a simple, genuine question, he will never answer yes or no, blame cancel culture, or rely on convoluted ways of cryptic speech to muddy the original question or point. The emotional abuse that Chris Bratt was investigating is detailed by a woman.
Chat, if they had view-botted Train, then they would have view-botted me. Does that make sense? Why not?
Known as Katarina, who fled the Singularity Group and exposed abuse and manipulation inflicted upon her by Athene. Katerina claimed he threatened to sue her for
They
defamation.
did!
And
Dude! I lost viewers playing Gamba! I got reverse botted, bitch! What you talking about?
she has feared
What are you
for
talking
her
about?
life. As of 3 years ago, Katerina has been so heavily influenced by Athene that she has left and rejoined his cult several times. Someone as narcissistic as Athene, whether the character or actually himself, has a hard time letting go or moving on from their once prosperous social media career. It's why, if you tune in, you'll see him live for 6 people, maybe, taking long breaks between his rants to address the lack of activity in chat. When you've achieved this level of delusion
Well, there's 165 viewers 1 year ago.
in chat, when you've achieved this level of delusion, nothing matters except the next breadcrumb of attention, validation, or support. I would venture to say that the articles written about him, including his Wikipedia, were probably by Athene's team, painting him in a positive light. Nothing is mentioned about scamming, scandals, and controversies strategically left out. It's not as hard as you think to take over SEO, especially when you have a dedicated team. From raising millions of dollars for charity, to making worldwide news outlets, interviews, sponsors, partnerships, to scamming people through cryptocurrency.
You can get lucky with SEO, literally. Me, as a person, xQc, the name, I got super lucky with SEO. The SEO was insane, right? And
clinging on to any hope of attention.
I didn't do shit.
The fall
I
of
didn't do
Athene
anything.
seemed inevitable once his facade began to fade. Athene wasn't the greatest gamer in the world. He understood clickbait and how to manipulate algorithms, both online poker and YouTube. His secret weapon was exploiting the very games that he played. At one point in his career, Athene made the conscious decision to push his vision one step further. Through the Singularity Group, he believed he could take his donations from the millions to the billions. Although this was never the actual plan. Reese and Athene hid behind layers of irony while pushing their scam the entire time.
The extent to which we are able to squeeze these poor suckers. You wouldn't believe it, and you're having trouble believing it right now. You're having trouble grasping it right now. But I would just say stick around in the chat for a few days and you will start to see
Is Bailey in
what's
chat?
really going on.
User
but it takes a while for you to
Bailey.
understand that this is exactly what's going on. We really built up this community. We took many years of slowly building up.
Hey, what's up? Been a while.
Hardcore
Yo, Bailey, I haven't seen you in like forever. Actually, forever.
base of dumb suckers that happen to have quite some money from
Bailey's it's I think it's
rich
T1's ex-girlfriend.
mummies and daddies or something.
Okay.
And now we're finally cashing in on it.
Athene understood that in order for all of his deranged goals to work, he would have to be in control. This is why he created a compound structure with volunteers that were viewed as dedicated workers. Athene
Wait, wrong person? No, it's not.
masquerades as a hero of the people, all while lacking the self-awareness to realize that he's been digging his own social media grave this entire time. At this point, he clings to the hope of getting an ounce of his popularity back. He insists that he's still in control and has the answers. Admitting his mistakes or humility is not part of Athene's blurred amalgamation of his identity. There is no Bashir Bumaza. There is no Shiren. There is only the endgame character of Athene, a man who has adapted, but in all the wrong ways. His narcissism doesn't allow him to communicate genuinely. Viewers are left with scrambled minds. One could even mistake his gish galloping for intelligence.
My heart.
Some of you may feel
Guys,
sorry
stop,
for
man.
Athene,
Stop
as
it.
his channel now exists as an artifact of the past.
Oh my god,
with
stop bullying me with this
ever-declining
fucking
views and
dude.
streams that
Jesus
can only be
Christ!
described
Okay,
as
I'm gonna go
ghost
with my hand, man.
towns.
I
It's
don't know what this is
apparent
called,
that
bro.
Athene will never be accepted back.
You know the founder of Scientology, what he said? He said, if you want to make some money, you start a business. But if you want to score big bucks, you start a religion. Now you guys know where I get my inspiration from. Why do you guys think I like to look like Tom Cruise? You think that's coincidence? Then more for the cult, Felix. Felix, thank you, man.
What the fuck?
$15.
What?
So if you guys come at me, right,
That's not me!
think you guys are,
that's not me! I swear! What the fuck?
And go like, man, Athene. Like, make this in a fault. Expose me. You know what
It's
the
not
beauty
me,
of
I
internet?
swear! What
You
the
can say it
fuck?
Right now, saying I'm just milking your little gullible, fucking mindless, soulless, fucking dumb brains. I can say it right now, and people are still throwing me money.
homie.
I actually made more money the last 5 minutes I made the past days. You see? It's paying off.
It wasn't. I was broke at the time, man. I would never be able to donate, man. Okay? I was in debt because of fucking addiction to poker online, okay? Fuck, man. Okay? I was broke as fuck, and I was like 2K in debt because of fucking poker, man. Shit, dude. Yo, this is X on the beat, yo. Okay. My voice as well. That S. Anyone knows that boy? I don't know, he's just so soy. Anyone knows that boy? I don't know, he's just so soy.